This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive away in a new CVX. Only $459 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Take $10,000 off a 2025 MDX at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
The Sultan's choice for excitement, and a caravan of savings awaits at Toyota of Hollywood. Your wish for savings has been granted with discounts of up to $4,500. Take a magic carpet ride in a Toyota Corolla, not $24,000, $19,988. Step into our grand bazaar where you'll find epic savings at the #1 volume Toyota dealer, Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
Oh, Sam, not again.
Initiating Daddy's back.
Go!
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Sloman Shield Blink, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Sloman Shield Blink. Be the maestro of your own home.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Before you buy or lease a Honda, Volkswagen, Hyundai, or any other model, compare Subaru, rated #1 in safety at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Buy with 0.9% financing, 0 down. Forester with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $259 a month. Crosstrek with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $239 a month. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Subaru of Pembroke Pines, South Florida's #1 volume Subaru retailer.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive away in a new ADX. Only $299 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
It's a damn good Monday morning, baby. It's a winning Monday morning. Inter Miami wins, the University of Miami wins, the Florida Panthers win, the Miami Heat win, and your Miami Dolphins get it done, which is a beautiful thing. Good morning, October 27th, 2025. Man, we are just headed right down to the end of 2025 already. And of course, as you all know, it is day number 18,913 since the Miami Dolphins lifted the Vince Lombardi Trophy. It is day number 8,697 since the Canes won the national title. And it is day number 126 of Bitcoin being above $100,000. Did you buy when it was at 107, 108, 109? Did you take advantage? Because we're back up to 115 and we're headed to new highs. Here we go. And we'll talk about that too. That other team is doing good too, by the way. But Bitcoin's always winning. There's no losing in Bitcoin. You're always winning in Bitcoin. Those of you that play it on the long term, you know there's only one way. That's a W. But anyway, the W on Sunday was fun. And folks, I'll say what I said in the post-game show. I know the Dolphins are not a good team. I understand that. I know the season's done. I get all of that. And I understand those of you out there that are just dying for the Dolphins to lose because you're worried about, draft position and all that. You have no control over that. Neither do I. Okay? So you can sit there and pray for your team to lose. But, listen, I was praying for them to beat San Francisco in the Super Bowl and beat the Washington Redskins in the Super Bowl in 82. It was the Redskins in those days. Okay? So it didn't work, right? And I wanted them to win. I wanted them to shut down Thurman Thomas and shut down Jim Kelly. I don't give a shit if he was a hurricane. I wanted his ass kicked, and they couldn't do it. So you understand that, right? So all of you idiots out there that are wishing for losses because you want your draft position, well, it's the flip side. Those of us real fans, well, we want them to win, but they've lost when we want them to win. Well, guess what? Yesterday, they played the way us real fans want them to play. I'm sorry. What can I do? They won. I enjoyed myself. Okay? I enjoyed myself. I'm sorry. I'm guilty. But I'm not going to control grown-ass men who are trying to be professionals and they're trying to get it right. Or coaches that actually, coached yesterday. You know what I mean? I can't do anything about that. They're going to try to do what they're going to try to do to save their jobs, make themselves look better, because they've got to move on. They've got to finish strong one way or another. You know what I mean? If they can. And so you have no control with your rabbit's foot or your lucky hat or your lucky shirt or your stupid jersey or the damn couch that you sit on or the ottoman or that you get the beer at this time or that you go to the bathroom at that time or whatever your stupid little superstition is. Remember, you have no control because every time we want them to win, they lose. So what do you want us to do? Those of us real fans, hey, dude, you guys want to play real football? That is awesome. I'm going to enjoy it. And that was fun. Fundamental, complementary, real football. That's how people have a chance to win games. It's interesting. It's really interesting, especially when you run the ball. Wow. I wonder where that's been harped at. I don't know, over and over again about running the ball. Just I don't know. I don't know where we talk about that all the time. But anyways, whatever it is. So was Tua able to see over the line this week now, you idiots? Just wondering, because this week he can see over the line. Was it the visor? Did he grow 3 inches? Did they block actually? Oh, maybe they blocked. Oh, okay. Go look at the game and watch how they block, and you'll see them spread out, and you'll see passing lanes. Yeah, just for you overreacting, uneducated idiots out there. Oh, he's short. He can't see the receivers. Yeah, he's trying to talk about football things, but since most of you out there may not understand football things, it's interesting when you run and you block and everything, how the quarterback can see everything. Just go watch the replays. You won't see bunched up linemen on top of him. Right now, you'll see him spread out and stuff. It's interesting. Just watch, pay attention. Get a little education on all that stuff. Anyway, that's just kind of the silliness, But hey, you two are haters. You're gonna have a terrible week, bro. You had to watch the kid play well. Damn. And really, to me, not impressed by anything by Tua yesterday. He did what he would easily do if you actually do your damn job. That's all I'm saying for Tua. Tua did his job because everybody else actually did their job. And that's kind of what football is. That's why there's 11 guys on each side of the line. That's why there's 22 guys for offense and defense, and you have special teams, because everybody has a role, and it has to be a symphony. And the second it just becomes a conductor, you're done. You're done. Because in football, a conductor doesn't win. The symphony is the one that wins. And yesterday, the Dolphins played like a symphony. And when I was a child and people were celebrating championships and I was wearing my stupid little Dolphin shirt with the championship trophy on it and all that, that was a symphony. That was a beautiful offensive line that exploded off the ball and ran you over or gave its quarterback time to pass. It was a running game that was powerful, that was swift, that was quick. It was a wide receiver that was ballerina and was also exceptional at the same time. It was a defense that was swarming. What happened yesterday with that defense? Did they swarm? Yeah, they must have swarmed yesterday. Yeah, they pass rushed, they swarmed, they stopped one of the best running backs in the NFL. Symphony, baby. Symphony. Too many of you think it's all about one person, and it's not. It's just not. And so I congratulate and I celebrate what the Dolphins did yesterday, because it was music to my ears. And that's what they were playing. They were playing music yesterday. It wasn't a karaoke guy. It was music. And, if you've listened to Tua, he's not very good singing. So you don't want him really karaoke. Actually, he's not that bad. I'm just having some fun with it. But you really don't want him just like carrying the whole thing, because that's not the way it goes. So, what he did yesterday was just something that he can normally do, but you have to function in actual organization, not dysfunction. And yesterday there was organization. Yesterday there was a symphony. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And you know what? Enjoy it, because I don't know what happens on Thursday. And that's the interesting part about all of this, because we talked about it in the postgame show. They had a great first half, and we're like, all right, okay, we've seen this before. We're all talking about it on social media, going amongst our friends and all that shit. And we're all saying the same thing. Okay, this is great, but this guy's going to abandon the run. He's going to do something completely different, and he's just going to go away from it. And he didn't. And so now we're going to say, oh, well, against the Ravens this week, he's going to get cute and he's going to start throwing the ball all over the place again. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll see, was this real or was it Memorex? Is it an aberration? What is it? Is it an outlier? Whatever adjective you want to use to describe what we saw yesterday. Okay? Refreshing, fun, exciting. I had a great time. It was like, wow, my team can actually play real, functional, fundamental football. Wow, my coach can actually put together a game plan that there was rhyme and reason to it. Wow. And he can do the stuff that you and I wanted to do the whole time. Well, I don't know about some of you out there, because some of you think that the guy that snaps the ball has to run, carry, block, catch, everything, whatever, but that was fun, man. That was fun. Now the question is, can you do it 4 days later? That's it. And Lamar's coming to town too. So can you do the same thing? Shut down the run, and you can beat the Ravens. Lamar's not going to beat you with his arm. Once in a while, like all athletes, they'll come in. They might have a hot week or two in the season where they can throw the ball all right and they make a couple of plays. But more often than not, all these same running quarterbacks, get them behind the number, get them behind, and they have to then start passing. It's over. If Baltimore, you allow them to run, then you're done. All right? Don't allow Baltimore to run or you're done. Pretty simple. So we're going to find out. But that was fun. That was a lot of fun. I got to say. A lot of fun. By the way, Welton Rayom. We got to tell you, Welton Rayom, they know how to get it done. Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom, 954-966-4646. We are still in storm season. The problem now is it's, besides hurricane season, it's storm season anytime, because we can get a torrential downpour at any moment. That can cause flooding. That can cause problems. And if you have any of those kind of issues, wind damage for your roof starts at 40 miles an hour. Did you know that? 40 miles an hour it can start. So if you see any brown spots, never call your insurance company. You call Welton Rayom first. They send over their adjusters, and they go after the insurance company. 954-966-4646, and save this cell number. Okay, save this on your cell right now. 954-966-4646. Anywhere in the state of Florida. Bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. Call them. 954-966-4646. We always like trying to find someone that is a difference maker. And, over the weekend, I think we can say we found ourselves a Cutter's Edge Pro difference maker of the game.
Who brought the edge? Who changed the game? Who is our Cutter's Edge Pro difference maker? When you want to give your home or business the edge, call Cutter's Edge Pro in South Florida for all your landscape solutions. Here's our Cutter'sEdgePro.com difference maker.
Man, I got to go with Norman Powell. The Miami Heat have started 2-1, and I don't know how real it is or not. It's early in the season. It's hard to tell, but, man, the Memphis game was a lot of fun, record-breaking. They hung on yesterday to beat the Knicks, and the guy that has been a consistent scorer and a guy that's been a difference maker, like my friend William Quigley and the great people at Cutter's Edge Pro, Dade, Broward, Palm Beach counties, whatever you need, tree trimming and removals, landscape design, and they can do it. Front yard, backyard. Make sure you do what we do, where you create like an oasis and a lot of you shade it a lot, so that way the whether it's kids or dogs in our case or ourselves, we can hang outside because it's 10-15 degrees cooler because of all the trees back there, which is so awesome. So call my friends at Cutter's Edge Pro, and they know how to get it done. Dade, Broward, Palm Beach counties, synthetic turf, all of that. Well, the guy that's been a difference maker, Norman Powell, dude. And against the Knicks, 29 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. He's playing an all-around game. And one of the things that you're not going to get it consistently from Bam. You're not going to really get it consistently from other players on this team. Tyler might be the only other guy, but he's not there right now. So the beauty of Norman Powell is he's been the legit scorer so far in the first. And this is what he does anyways. And he's got plenty of opportunity because there's really no one else that can take the bull by the reins like he does. He's got that experience. He's been that kind of guy in his career already. So coming here, it's kind of a seamless transition for him. And he has been fantastic in all 3 games. All right. He has been a steady scorer for them as they try to figure out who they are. And they have played some terrific team ball. That's the reason why they're 2-1. Spo talked about it yesterday that everybody's like bought in because they have no stars. There are no stars. Norman Powell's not a star, okay? This is a guy that has the ability to be an all-star if he has a really good year and that kind of stuff, but he's not a star, okay? So there are no stars on this team, and it has to be a collective effort, and that's kind of what you're getting across the board. Jaquez and Jovic and different guys, will contribute, and Bam and everything else, but Powell has been the heavy scorer through the first 3 games of the season so far. I got to give him our Cutter's Edge Pro difference maker of the game.
The Cutter's Edge Pro difference maker is brought to you by Cutter'sEdgePro.com, servicing HOAs, condominiums, townhomes, commercial properties, corporate parks, malls throughout South Florida. Cutter'sEdgePro.com, providing South Floridians the edge every day of the year.
All right. Where are we at here with Bitcoin? 114,751 right now. The market, let's see where we're at. Let me give it a second here to refresh and make sure we got it right, because it says we're in the green at 260, but it might change here in a second. S&P up 60 points, almost 61 points. And the NASDAQ is just barely down, actually. So, yeah, it is updated, 261. So, yes. So, we've got a positive right now. And, of course, the news over the weekend that it looks like China and the U.S. are going to end up doing a trade deal, which would be really, really good, so we can get over it and move on and all that good stuff. So we'll figure it out. Don't forget, folks, to smash the hell out of the like button, please. It's very important you smash the like button. Let's get us over 100 to start it off, man. We're only at 45 right now, and we'd appreciate it immensely. Let's crank that thing up. Of course, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo, and you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation. Sweet Baby Ray, thank you for the love on Cash App, sir. He says he should extend Norman Powell. Well, I think it's one of those things that you've got to decide what you are by the trade deadline. You don't know what you are yet, 3 games in. You don't know how the season's going to go, and you got to get then Tyler back. And you didn't extend him, so are you going to trade him? And the question that I have, because Norman Powell at this point, I don't believe, Sean, can you look up his age? I want to say Norman Powell is in his late 20s now at this point. I want to say he's like 28 or 29. This is just me, but if I'm the Heat, I have a cutoff date of the trade deadline. Because if I am not good enough, yes, sir.
32.
Oh, God. He's even older than I thought he was. I thought he was getting close to 30. He's 32. So he has no future. So there was at least a little bit of a future at 29. No future at 32. So here's what I would do, okay? No extension, of course, because you've got, I think, another year on him or something like that on his contract. But my point is, my overall point, not even thinking about long term, you've got to see what you have by the trade deadline. If this team isn't like an absolute badass team where you're in the top 6 somewhere and you go, oh, well, we can compete with anybody, and where, you're playing with some kind of confidence and you want to roll the dice, okay. But if you're fluttering around in 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 or 11 or 12 or something like that, then you need to take a hard look and sell Norman Powell and sell Bam Adebayo and sell Tyler Hero and sell Wiggins and get all the first round picks that you can possibly get for those guys and turn it over and go with the young guys and future picks. Unless these guys come together, there's not a long-term I wouldn't make a long-term commitment to Tyler. Bam Adebayo is what Bam Adebayo is and will always be. Okay, he's not a star. And Norman Powell is not a guy that I am building long-term on. These are things that if I have lightning in a bottle, that these guys came together, Bam matured, did stuff that he's not doing normally, Tyler's playing out of his mind, all of a sudden these guys look like they can make some noise. Better than I ever thought or you thought, then that's when you're hanging on to them. But if they're not doing that, dude, at the trade deadline, I am unloading every damn veteran that I have on this team. And I'm getting picks. That's the way I would view it. Okay? But that's just me. We'll see. Okay? We'll see. All right, let me get to the chat board here, see what we got. I see TJ Superman. Thank you, sir. Number 1 in there. Let's see. The first time on the road that he stayed at a Holiday Inn. So that's what helped McD out. A Holiday Inn. I like it. Let's see. Juan Rosa. Jeff in Long Island. Stephen Harris. Yes, Stephen Harris. You are correct, sir. Let's start dishing them out. First of all, let's give the Miami Dolphins a victory cigar for their win against the Atlanta Falcons. The Miami Heat defeated the New York Knicks 115-107 to improve to 2-1. Give them a victory cigar. The Florida Panthers, the back-to-back world champions, defeated Vegas 3-0 on Saturday. They're back in action on Tuesday. Give them a victory cigar. Inter Miami beat Nashville's ass for Game 1 in the first round of the MLS Cup playoffs, or whatever the hell they call them. Game 2 will be on Saturday. Give Inter Miami a victory cigar. The University of Miami, after a slow first half, pulled away and pounded the Cardinal 42-7. Yeah, baby. Stripped them of their feathers. Give them a victory cigar. And Bitcoin was hovering around 108, giving people plenty of time to accumulate. Did you get it at 108? Did you accumulate? And now we are at 115. We are pushing up. Give Bitcoin a victory cigar. There you go. Priorities, folks. Priorities. All right. Jeff in Long Island, One-Eyed Jack. It's sad that some fans on X are arguing who deserves more credit for the win, defense or Tua. That's all the childish bullshit, Tua hate, whatever. Just bullshit, whatever, man. The whole team deserves a win, dude. Special teams was fantastic. They covered. They provided a good field position. They hit their field goals. The defense shut down the best running back in the NFL. They swarmed. They gave Kirk Cousins no time overall. The DBs actually made some plays. The offense was fantastic. The play calling by Mike McDaniel was the best it had been since he's been here pretty much. He used all the pieces that you and I cry about all the time, or at least I do, with Ollie and big receivers and dedication to the running game and everything. And, it was a beautiful team win, man. Beautiful team win. If you sit there and worry about who you want to give more credit to, you're fucking pathetic, bro. Just shut up. You're an idiot. That's what I would say to them when I jack, to those idiots. Just shut up. You people just don't know anything about football. That's what it is. Jay Gelfin is in the house. Bam looks good at power forward and Jaquez at point guard. Yes. Still not efficient at all, Bam, but, it is what it is. He is Bam, but he's such a good supporting player. Gus 1388, Sweet Baby Ray, Nyborg, Brooklyn Rob, Kosa, Eddie, Dolphin Dave, Lisa Rose, Tyler Moss, Lenny Pena. Spo is a beast of a coach, and our Finns won. It always feels good to see your teams no matter what. Exactly, dude. Eddie Lepp, James Vivinetti, Dougie Fresh. Let's see what else. Sam the Man, Brian Ratke, Daniel Guzman, back home in Greensville, South Carolina, enjoying the show. Thank you, Daniel. Very nice of you. Appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time. Let's see. Fontecchio, yes, Juan. Very nice shooter. And again, it's what somebody that I read, I forgot, that said Spo is a beast, and they're listening to Spo right now. And they are selling themselves out to the team. And that's what's going on. And if they continue to do this, it's a beautiful thing because it's really the only way it gives them a chance. They don't have stars. So they can't just turn to a couple of guys and, all right, guys, you carry us and we play off of you. It's not the way it goes. They have to set each other up constantly. They have to play great team defense. They have to attack everybody has to get rebounds. You go look at the scoreboard. Go look at the stat sheet. And you'll see rebounds everywhere. It's not just one guy or two. They know they have to be a team that rebounds. It's really beautiful, and it's why I defend Spo to the death, and why he's the best thing that franchise has right now. And he makes everything look better than what it really is. Actually, he's just phenomenal. He's just awesome, man. Yeah. So, let's see, what else do we have? Anthony Kyle Campos, Nico Jones, Think Blue Dodgers, Blackball, Jesse Vogel. Oh, do you get more people joining Dolphin post games for wins or losses? When they think they're going to win, they'll join more. When you're losing, you lose people. But yesterday, the numbers were down because people already quit on the team, and nobody expected what they saw yesterday. So, what you'll probably get now is that people will come back over the next day or two because they oh, wow, they surprised me. And then, and if you can win, winning is good, dude. Losing is terrible. And on this show, we don't hide away from it or anything like that. We'll tell you honestly what's going on. You know what I mean? It's not good. Here's a great example. I love this shit. So, two examples. Okay. So, one of the reasons why I picked them to go 7-10 and not be a good year, and I said there's no hindsight here at all. You can go see it. It's all there. I said, hey, man, they've got a defense that's very easy to attack right now because that secondary, there is no secondary. You got young defensive tackles. You know what I mean? So you're going to it's going to take a while. Okay. And I said it over and over again. I don't know how many times I said it. I said, this defense, he'll figure it out. The Weaver will figure it out, but it'll be the second half of the season. It might be too late at that point. That's not hindsight. Go back and listen to the show weeks ago, 2 months ago. I said the same exact shit. Okay? I said Weaver will get to it. He'll figure it out, but you got to have patience, and people don't have patience. And this is what we're talking about. Same thing. The guard. Oh, Savanaya is the worst. No, you idiots. He's a young kid. He's a rookie. He has done everything habitually on the right side. They have now made him a left guard. We have idiots now that say, no, let's move him back to right. No, moron. You stick with it because he's a good player. He's smart. He's aggressive. He's talented. You just have to, it just doesn't happen overnight where you just adjust to the left and then all of a sudden you're smooth. Maybe there's a freak or two that can do it, but most people struggle because they're so used to habitually doing everything to the right. They have to now learn left at the highest level. All of a sudden, the kid starts playing better now. Oh, wow, we're like halfway through the season. Well, okay, so maybe now he's starting to turn the corner. People don't have patience. People don't have intelligence. And people just want, and so, you know, it's like, and then I hear, well, the defense is playing more like what I thought they would at the beginning of the year. Why would you think they would be lights out at the beginning of the year when their 3 defensive tackles are babies? Their linebackers are terrific against the run and they can blitz. They're not great cover guys. And then you have no coverage in your secondary. And all those people have to learn what they're supposed to do in this secondary, in this defense. So there's a learning curve for all of this. What would make you think that they would start right away as a good defense? That's your fault, media or fans, for not assessing it the right way. And that's why I picked 7 and 10, because there are hurdles that you had to overcome. I told you this wasn't a talented team, and it's not. And so now you got to give the defensive coordinator some time to adjust like he did last year. He had no pass rush, and he had a top 10 scoring defense. Let me say it again. Anthony Weaver had a top 10 scoring defense with 0 pass rush. Just one rookie. All by himself, and the rookie got better in the second half of the year and still didn't have anybody opposite of him. You know, it's just we're too unrealistic about stuff. And we don't, and because we misread it, they're wrong. No, dude, you're wrong. You're wrong for thinking that this defense was going to be that good right away. That's ridiculous. You're wrong for thinking that Savanaya was just going to make a seamless transition to the left side. That's your fault. Don't blame Jonah Savanaya. Blame yourself. You're the one that misread it. You're the one that doesn't understand the challenge that he has to overcome at this level. So it takes a while. Maybe the light is going on now and he's figuring it out, and thank the Lord, you know, because with him and Patrick Paul, you got a future for the next 10, 12 years on the left side that you can, you know, you don't have to worry about it. It's pretty cool. You're so impatient. I'm hearing people that want to move him back to right. That's exactly what bad teams do. You made the decision. I get it. You want to set that left side. Well, then do it. Get it done already. Okay. Stay with the kids. Stay the course. Ride it out. And slowly it's gotten better and better and better. And so has Grant. And so has, you know, certain different guys have gotten, the secondary has gotten a little better. The whole defense, by the way, in the last couple of games, there's just been kind of a turn. And then yesterday was like their first complete game. And that was pretty cool to watch. Now we'll see if they can maintain it and they can build on it and all that good stuff. But yesterday was how you're supposed to play football, finally. Okay? And it took them a while. But, you know, that's kind of the way it goes. When you have all these changes and you lack talent in certain areas, You're going to have to give people time to adjust to try to figure all that stuff out. It'll be fun to see what happens this week because now you're playing a heavy run offense. Okay, so and they can't get their passing game going without being a running team. So if you can stop that run from the get-go, that's going to be absolutely fantastic. Let's see. What do we have here? Jesse Vogel. Francesco. Morning, sir. Josh says, what up, O and Sean? Being a corporate time-stealing weasel and listening to the show, thank you. We appreciate that. Dan B., good morning to you. And yes, prayers to our friends in Jamaica because right now they have got to be feeling it. I did not check this morning. Did it make the turn up towards them, Sean? Because that's what it's supposed to do today and tomorrow as it slowly goes through the country, which is just scary, dude. A 4 and a 5. Man. I don't know, man. It's almost like you want to, if in their case, it's impossible. But if you're here in South Florida, man, I don't know. You're almost best flying the hell out of here and getting the hell out of here instead of, trying to live through a 4 or 5. Moving Jonah to the right side again would be like trying to teach Suarez not to spit on people. Yeah, that's impossible. Yeah, I agree with that one. Dougie Fresh says, nearly every Rush concert for the new tour already sold out. 23 out of the 25 venues as a result. They just added 17 new venues, including Hard Rock on November. Yeah, and I can't afford any of them. I mean, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. A friend of mine just got he got a cheap floor ticket for almost $600. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not doing that. I mean, I've seen Rush a whole bunch of times, so I'm super cool with that. And, I saw him with Neil Peart and everything many times from the 80s on all the way to the last tour. So I saw Rush a whole bunch of times. I would love to see them again, but I'm not going to pay a fortune. No, I'm not doing that, dude. I'm not doing that. So as cool as it would be, it's just not affordable. It's ridiculous at this point. Those of you that can afford it, God bless you, man. Go for it. Enjoy it. And I'm sure for some of you that never saw them, so at least you get to see 2 of the 3, and the drummer is fantastic. So they picked a great drummer to fill in for Neil. Nobody's Neil. Nobody ever will be Neil. But I get it. I get the people that have never seen them. This is their opportunity. I think that that definitely makes sense. Gold is falling under 4,000. What else do we have here? It's officially a Category 5. Wow. Scary, scary, scary. My sister drove up north for Hurricane Irma, and the storm followed. Yeah. No, you got to fly out. Like, go to another country. Go somewhere else away. Don't get in a car and drive because now you're at risk that it can follow you. Yeah, no. You need to get on a plane and get the hell out of here. That's what you got to do. Let's see. What else do we have? Do you guys see the chat? One of the members from Daft Punk went B2B with Fred again. Great set. Going to run it later. Okay. Don't know anything about it, but knock yourselves out. All right. Knock yourselves out. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. The amazing Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443. Heat last night defeat the Knicks 117-105. Tuesday, they take on Charlotte there at 7:30. Saturday, the Panthers defeated Vegas 3-0. Tuesday, they're back in action. They host the Ducks at Amerant Bank Arena at 7 o'clock. The Inter Miami lead 1-0 in their best of 3 series against Nashville. Game 2 of this first round series will be Saturday in Nashville at 7:30. Also, Saturday at 7:30, we will be there at Beyond Bankcard Field on Saturday, as we'll be broadcasting live from 4:30 to 6:30 at Beyond Bankcard Field as the Fort Lauderdale United host the Brooklyn FC. Looking forward to that. Tonight at 8:15, it's the Commanders and the Chefs. The Chefs, by the way, are favored by 11.5. The over and under is 48. Commanders are plus 500. The Chefs are minus 750. World Series game Tremont, as the series is tied at a game apiece. Blue Jays and the Dodgers. Scherzer versus Glasnow, by the way, on the mound. 8 p.m. first pitch. Saturday at noon. We'll visit SMU. Miami is favored by 10. The over and under is 50.5. The money line, Miami is minus 400, SMU plus 300. And the Dolphins, Thursday night football against the Ravens. And the Ravens are favored by 7.5. The Dolphins, the over and under is 50. Dolphins plus 300 on the money line. Ravens minus 400 on the money line. There you go. What do you think is going to happen in that game? Interesting. You wonder if they can win that game, will people look at it like the Dolphins have turned the corner if they just win that game? Because you can't say it after this one. But people will say it if they beat the Ravens on a Thursday night in a short week. Because it's usually a physical game that they never win. And so you played physical against Atlanta. Now you do that against Baltimore. Interesting. Baltimore's defense is not that good. That's why Miami, I think, does really have a chance in this game. I actually give Miami a chance because I just don't respect Baltimore's passing game. I think you could take advantage of it. Ho-Yoon, thank you for the love, sir. Thank you for the love on Venmo, as always, and your generosity. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo, and you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Chainlink donation. As always, thank you all out there, and thank you, Ho-Yoon. Appreciate you, my brother. No, Dougie Fresh. No GoFundMe for the Rush concert. We're good, bro. We're good. I don't mind. I just don't think it's it's kind of abusive, and I get it for people that, you have the money. Hey man, God bless you. Go for it. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. Almost $600 to be on the floor. It's a lot of money, man. So I'm going to pass on that one, unfortunately. Let's see. What else do we have here? We always have to come up with an MVP. Who is our Moody's Dental MVP of the night?
Who's last night's MVP? There's only one MVP for your family's dental care.
Moody's Dental. Get your smile back at Moody's Dental. Visit them on Instagram at moodys.dental.
Here's our Moody's Dental MVP of the night.
If you're worried about the Panthers at all, because I know it hasn't been a smooth start yet, and they've had a bunch of injuries, had the big two, and then they've added a couple of injuries along the way. So it's been a challenge, but they're fighting through, and I think they're doing overall a pretty solid job, and they'll be fine, dude. They just got to get into the playoffs, get with a decent seed, try to be the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th seed, right around there, and they'll be able to take care of business after that. They played on the road pretty much the entire year last year in the playoffs anyway. So to me, I'm not really worried about that, overall when it comes to the Panthers, but they'll get through it. Now, if you're worried about Bob, well, against Vegas, he had 17 saves. Okay. And right now his save percentage is at 903. Last 3 years, 906, 915, and 901. So it's actually the second best save percentage in the last 4 years. If they make it back to the finals, which would be the 4th year in a row, Okay, right now it's at second best, so he's doing all right. Goals against average, Bob is at 2.28. Last year, 2.41. Year before that, 2.37. Year before that, 2.37. So 2.28, kind of doing better than he did the last 3 years. So if you're, just in case, if you're not watching, you're not paying attention, and you see the record and all that, don't worry, man. It's like going to Moody's Dental. It's like you or your family going to Moody's Dental, because that's what happens to me. I go, my wife goes, my daughter goes, my mother-in-law goes, and man, when it comes to Invisaligns, dental implants, preventive care, cosmetic surgery, we have experienced it all as a family, and you can too, man. And follow them on Instagram so you can get some deals and find out about anything going on at moodius.dental. Dade, folks, 305-821-0231, Plantation, 954-692-6825. It's a family practice, family owned, and you will feel like family at Moody's Dental. And I got to go with Bob as our Moody's Dental MVP of the night.
The MVP of the night is brought to you by Moody's Dental.
From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back, they accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams. To schedule an appointment in Dade, call 305-821-0231. In Broward, 954-692-6825. Follow them on Instagram at moodias.dental, providing MVP smiles every day of the year.
All righty. Thank you. As always, appreciate you, Sean. Oh, man. Yesterday, Miami Dolphin fans were witness to something they're not used to. It's interesting because it's something that I talk about a lot on the show, that it doesn't exist on this team. It's called coaching. It's called organization. It's called preparation, and not H, because that's what we end up with. But overall, that's what I saw yesterday. And the move to bring Frank Smith down to the field. And apparently, we have Adam Gase Part 2 in Mike McDaniel. Scatterbrain doesn't have the capacity or physically the ability to be a head coach, an offensive coordinator, and a coach also on the sidelines. And that's what your offensive coordinator is doing. The head coach is on the field coaching the game. The defensive coordinator is coaching the defense. And while that's happening, the offensive coordinator is coaching his team and talking to his assistant coaches and all of that. Mike can't do that. Mike is in the middle of the entire game because he's also the head coach. So the fact that they actually had to come to Jesus and brought Frank Smith down, and Frank then is able to actually physically coach guys and tell them and remind them, in this play, this is what you've got to do, and this is what you got to look for. And remember, we saw this on film, and all those things that players need on a consistent basis. And all of a sudden, you saw more organization down there. You saw more coaching. And then Mike called his best game. So you wonder, in the process of him calling his best game, did it help that somebody was fundamentally setting the players up? Because it's something that he cannot do in the middle of a game, because he has chosen to be all in one, and you just can't. That's why you need very, very strong coordinators in that process if you're doing it, or at least presence that it can help you. And that's what he brought down in Frank Smith. So that was coaching. And then all of a sudden we saw him stick to the run game. And we saw him bring in Ollie and give him 10 carries. And Jalen Wright also was giving carries even early in the game, which I love that, especially on a short week going up against Baltimore. I want to see more Jalen Wright. So all of a sudden, Jalen Wright looked comfortable more than he has all year. And so did all the players. and there was a chemistry, and the offensive line played with chemistry too at the same time. Gave to a time, gave to a pocket, gave to a passing lanes. They played fundamental football, what they're supposed to do. That's kind of the way it goes. Now, if your quarterback snaps and everybody gets blown up and on top of you, or if you hand it off and everybody's getting blown up and there's nowhere for the running back to go, you can't do anything about it, dude. Nobody's going to overcome that. Certainly not Tua. So it was really cool to see coaching, because coaching allowed everybody to do their job. Waddle looked like a number one. Tua looked comfortable. The offensive line looked competent. The running game was potent. The running game was a factor. You had to account for the running game. And then when that big son of a bitch comes out of the backfield and is able to just tear off down the sideline, then all of a sudden your defense is going, who the hell is that dude? And now we've got to tackle this 230-pound dude coming down. These are things that you need. And it's super important. And whether you add a sixth lineman, again, a physical nature to it. And because you have an elite passer, an accurate guy, well, now all of a sudden, when you bring in the sixth lineman and you're effective in the running game, you're able to sell it. The thing that people don't understand fundamentally about running the football, okay, you can have a running quarterback, and that's fun. And yeah, when everything breaks down, oh yeah, the running quarterback can go out and run and make a couple plays for you. Doesn't mean he's going to win the season or win a championship for you overall. But when you have the threat of a running game, or when you are a threat as a running game, even on the days that it's not working, but you're still attempting it, it still works. It still buys the quarterback some time to work his play action, even on the days that it's not as effective. Why? Because they're stopping it, but they have to make an effort to stop it. Because if they don't make an effort to stop it, it will run them over. But when you have no running game, like Miami constantly has no running game, there is no threat. So then all of a sudden, you're able to move forward and attack the passing game even better. But if the running game can attack you, that changes everything. That changes your mindset. That changes the way you play things. And that changes everything. Yesterday, the way you played, when you bring that sixth lineman in and you're running the ball, you can also pass off of it. Even though you have less people running patterns, you have an accurate and you have an anticipatory thrower. So he's going to know the spot you're going to end up in, and that ball's going to be there ahead of time. You just got to be ready for it. That's why running is so important. It works even on the days it's not working on the stat sheet. And so you have to add that element. Miami never has that element. They haven't had it for decades, unfortunately. We've had it in outliers. The Jay Ajayi year and the Lamar Smith year and the Ricky Williams 2 years, but they're outliers. They're not over a 40-year span, they're outliers. It's not a common thing. Other organizations, running comes with their nature, and it doesn't matter. You're going to deal with it. It doesn't matter what quarterback is for Green Bay, Favre, Rodgers, or Love, you will deal with the running game. You will deal with the running game. Does not matter who it is over the years. Many different running backs, but you will deal with the running game. Okay, San Francisco, the history of it, they always didn't matter, dude. All the way back to Roger Craig, all the way till now. They have their West Coast, but they will run the ball. And that's the thing that we have not had here. And so yesterday, you guys witnessed coaching, and coaching changed everything. Yesterday, coaching changed everything. Coaching made all your players better. You gave them all a chance to win, and they did. That was fun. That was fun. I enjoyed it. All right. What else did I want to talk about here on the show? By the way, LSU firing Brian Kelly. They give him more time to be with his family. $54 million in his family. Okay, Brian Kelly and his family. $54 million. God, I want to be fired that way. I remember when I was fired from QAM, and I was, masterfully set it up for myself, to be quite honest. And so, because I wanted to get out and do this, because I knew this was the future. Why tie myself to a stupid corporation when I can do it on my own? And it's been a blessing now. I'm 6 years in. And I just did it to get out of a contract. And I still had to wait a month, by the way, for my non-compete after that. But I wanted to just for my freedom is what I was fighting for, not for a bunch of money. Can you imagine that we're going to fire you and then we're going to pay you $54 million to go away? Like, wow. Man. Put 3/4 of it in Bitcoin and then just hang out with the rest. That's what I would do. Easily 3/4 of it in Bitcoin. Maybe 90%. Yeah, 90% of Bitcoin. 10% is more than enough to hang out and buy a couple things and travel and stuff and enjoy myself for a long time. Long time. Leave the rest for the kid. There you go, kiddo. You'll be richer than most countries. Go have fun. What else do we have here? Miami Mike turned back into run coordinating Mike McDaniel. Yeah, Paulie King. Yeah. Brooklyn Rob took Mike McDaniel 4 years and multiple losses to put his ego in check and realize he needed help. Yeah. Yeah. He's so stubborn, dude. Big O, we're undefeated in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I was there in 2017. Nice. I love Atlanta. I think Atlanta's cool. Although can I say something about the Falcons? They're the team that does shit like this. They're the team that loses to the Patriots with a 24-point lead and don't run the ball and just pass their way out of it, and Brady comes back and beats them. They're the Dirty Birds. They're the team that lost to Carolina just a couple of weeks ago, 30-0. They have a yellow streak down their back. You know what I mean? It's their entire existence. They've never, ever shed it. And it doesn't matter who their coach is, whether it's Jerry Glanville or Reeves or whatever, it doesn't end well for them. And in big moments, they choke, or these aren't big moments like yesterday or against Carolina a few weeks back when you got blanked 30-0, but it is so Atlanta. It is so Atlanta. Okay? I just have to be flat out honest about the Falcons. Okay? They are one of the most softest and one of the most choking franchises in the history of the NFL. Okay? They never get over the hump. Even in the moments where they've created hype for themselves and they've had good seasons, it always ends badly for the Atlanta Falcons. You can have Deion Sanders. You can have whoever you want. It will end badly. And these moments like yesterday for them, that's normal for that franchise. That is one of the chokingest dog franchises. They are top 3. They have no history of greatness. None. At no point in time have the Atlanta Falcons ever been considered great.
They have moments where they've been fun and they had success and they even got to a Super Bowl, but they were just the upstart team that got to the Super Bowl and then got embarrassed and sent home and then never came back, proving that it was a fluke. Nothing. They do not own 1 ounce of greatness in that franchise. So when I saw that yesterday, it's not to take away anything from the Dolphins. It's just, this is who Atlanta is. And they've done it twice this year already. You know, it's just who they are. The Braves are not like that. They've had success. Actually, they've won a couple championships. But these guys, oh my God. It's really, it really is amazing how choking dog of a franchise Atlanta is. They are as fraudulent gets. Kind of like I've been telling you for a couple of weeks now, as the Steelers kept winning early on, I kept telling you the Steelers are frauds. Here we go. They've lost 2 in a row. And I'll tell you where I was wrong. God, I thought the Ravens season was done. That division is so bad. They still have a shot. Because that division is so bad. And not that I think the Ravens are going anywhere, because their defense is not that good. And it's, Lamar in the playoffs, it is what it is. But they still have it. Everybody has a chance. Well, I don't think the other ones do, but at least Baltimore does. They're down, but because that division is so bad, they're right in the mix. How crazy is that? That's insane. Let's see. Big O, what do you think about Sarkisian? He's been a coach in the league before in Alabama. Good offensive mind. I know he had an alcohol issue. Looks like he's over that alcohol issue, but I don't know. I don't know if he can be a head coach and build a staff or anything like that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. So, don't know. Maybe more of a college coach than an NFL coach. I don't know. That is one that is hard to call. Jeff in Long Island, what a game by Tucker Kraft, by my guy, Tucker Kraft. I love Tucker Kraft. God, I wanted him badly coming out of college. And he tore it up yesterday. 2 touchdowns and like 140 yards or something. I'm a big Tucker Kraft fan, dude. Love Tucker Kraft coming out of college. Pedro says, let's be calm about this. We always have a good game a year, and then we start fantasizing, hoping that this... no, there's no fantasizing, Pedro. I kept everything level-headed here. Like I've told you, the season is over, okay? Season's way over. They're not going anywhere. Everybody should get fired. Okay? I told you the only way they save themselves if they win 8 or 9 games. Is that happening? I still don't believe that's happening. But it's fun to watch what happened yesterday. And we'll see if they can do it again. We'll see. We'll find out. We will find out. But nobody here has said anything that they've turned the corner or anything like that. But if they beat Baltimore, they're going to start saying it. They're going to start saying it. So, we'll see. Let's see what else we got. I've been on this earth for 36 years and get to attend my first ever game versus Baltimore. Should I have excitement or worrisome? I think you should be cautiously optimistic. How about that? Okay. I remember that Super Bowl game they flopped away. Yeah, so do I. Big O just asked the O-line if they like running the ball more often yesterday. I know they do. O-linemen love to hit people instead of be hit. They love running the football. The Ravens, by the way, favored by 7.5. That hook, huh? That hook has got me going like, maybe I could bet the Dolphins plus 7.5. So We will see if they can make it at least a game, hang in there, and if they can win, that would be freaking amazing. Oh, by the way, what happened to all the roster changes? We told you last week that was a joke. Like, what roster changes can you do? There's not much roster changes, and there's pretty much nothing. The bringing Frank Smith down, that was awesome. But we were laughing at that last week, and people are making it a big deal about roster changes, and we're laughing on it on the show. Like, there's no roster changes. This team has no depth whatsoever. What you're starting is the best of what you have outside of the people that are injured, that you're waiting for those people to come back. And by the way, kudos to the offensive line playing the way they played with backups on the right side. Got to give them some credit there, man. None of us, who the hell saw this coming yesterday? That was insane. Insane. Now, the question is, what was the key decision? Because there's always a key decision in the game. So let's go with our Sloman's key decision of the game.
What was the deciding moment? Who made the right move? Where did the game change? It's the Sloman's key decision of the game. Make the smart decision to protect your home and family by calling Sloman's at 1-800-ALARM-ME, serving Americans for nearly 100 years. Here's our Sloman's key decision of the game.
Well, this gentleman seems to be making all kinds of key decisions. And once again, Bill Zito makes another key decision, just like you can too. When you call our friends at Sloman's, man, you get Shield Link. That's a key decision right there. You get to control your entire home from your phone, wherever you're at work, across the country, whatever. A door is unlocked, lock it. You need to turn on the outside lights, turn them on. You're headed home, turn on the AC. It's a beautiful thing, man. Shield Link puts you in control. Well, Bill Zito is in control. And his key decision of the game happened last year when they had to overturn the roster 2 years ago after winning the first championship. And they went and signed some guy named A.J. Greer for the run here to win the second championship. And A.J. Greer, by the way, already has 3 goals, 2 assists. He had a goal and assist in the last game against Vegas, and he has 3 goals and 2 assists already in the early part of the season. Now, this is his second year with the team. Last year, in an entire season, he has 3 goals right now. He had 6. He had 6 for the entire year. He's got 3 already. He's got 50% of his goals with only a fraction of the games. He had 11 assists. He's got 2. So he is well on pace to top the numbers he had last year. He is playing outstanding. Big, strong, physical, athletic, and effective. Great job, great depth for the Florida Panthers, because you're always going to talk about the Reinhardts and the Verhaeghes and the Bobs and all those kind of guys. But don't forget a guy like A.J. Greer, dude. And that's the reason why the Panthers will continue to be the Panthers, because Bill Zito makes the key decision in every game.
Our key decision of the game is brought to you by Sloman's Home Shield. When you want to protect your home, family, or business, call Sloman's at 1-800-ALARM-ME.
All right. Thank you. What else? Big O, remember you have Friday to dress for Halloween as a Miami Dolphins character. All right, Friday. I'm going to get an extended jaw. I'm going to be Shula, and I'm just going to stare at you like he used to do to players when they screwed up. Shula would stare at them, and they were like, oh, God. Walking to the sideline, looking down, trying to not look at the coach in the eyes because, it wasn't going to end well for them. Yes, sir.
Caveat to that, we are at Acura this Friday also, so dress accordingly.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Definitely. Damn, that thing is a 5 now. That's crazy. By the way, R&M Contractors, Ray and Mike, they are proud sponsors of the program. And one of the things that they sponsor for us is our crypto segment. And right now, Bitcoin is a pumping. Oh, it's a pumping, baby. We are right now fiddling around 15,000 at 14.9 right now. And in the crypto market overall, we've got a couple of things that are moving, but not big right now. Ethereum's up a little over 2%. Illuvium is up nearly 5%. There's a couple of things that are moving. Demo is up 8%. Let's see, what else do I see in the crypto market? Myro up 25%. Sidious up 4.5%. So we got Shrapnel, hell of a game, up 5%. Sturdy up 2%. So there's a couple of things moving. As for the market itself, well, right now the Dow is up 195 points, a little down from before earlier in the morning. S&P is up almost, it is up 58 points, and the NASDAQ is barely up right now. But Michael Saylor buys 390 Bitcoin today at $43.4 million at $111,053 per coin. They now own 640,808 Bitcoin at $47.44 billion at $74,032 per coin. Also, Trump's American Bitcoin buys 1,414. This is the family company that's also a mining company. They just bought 1,414 Bitcoin worth $163 million. They own 3,865 Bitcoin already. I mean, if you can't tell what they're doing, and it's not financial advice, I'm just telling you, the people that have money, they have money for a reason. They do things that other people don't do. And been telling you now for almost 6 years about Bitcoin. And by the way, R&M Contractors, thanks to Ray and Mike, if you're looking for kitchen upgrades, appliances, waterproofing your terrace, your balcony, impact windows, door installations, they can do it all for you. Bathroom upgrades. If you want to check out their work so you can test it out, see how good they are, they've got a Instagram page. It's called RMC Fisher Island, RMC Fisher Island. So you can see a lot of the work that they've done. It is top notch. It will blow you away. Reach out to Ray and Mike, 305-345-3649. And we thank them, R&M Contractors, for sponsoring our crypto segments. Big O, whip out the Capris. Yeah, I should do that for a Friday. Definitely. Big O and Capris. That would look good for me. Big O, the Miami Heat seem like they're going to be fun to watch this year. Do you agree? Not yet. It's 3 games in, but, they kind of hung on yesterday. When it got to 5, I got a little nervous there overall. But I love the way they're playing, and they're playing hard, and they're playing together. I need to see it for, 20 more games, and then we could get a feel for where they're at. You know what I'm saying? But 3 games in, I'm really satisfied, and I'm happy. I'm pleasantly surprised and happy, but it's early. Okay? It's early. They are better prepared than most teams at the beginning of the year. Let's just put it that way, in a long season in the NBA. GEJ says, sending best wishes from England. Loving the work as always, Big O. Still in shock with the results, but I think we will end up at best average again. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it kind of feels that way, doesn't it? But what are you going to do? Frank Z says, there was 1 pre-snap penalty yesterday. I did not care about it. It was for Paul. Paul had 2 yesterday, actually. but he was jacked up to get to the second level, took off like a sprinter. That's what we need. It's fine, dude. There wasn't enough mistakes yesterday to even be concerned about, okay? Not enough bad passes, not enough drops, not enough penalties, not enough pre-snap penalties, not enough mistakes by the defense, miscalculations, whatever. There was none of that. Bad coaching decisions, nothing. Is there one or two of everything? Yeah, dude, because they're human beings. But what the mistakes overall were at a minimum. And that's why they won also. Penalties were at a minimum. Hell, you look at the penalties, it was really one penalty where you got most of that yardage. The other ones were just little 5-yarders. But it was that pass interference one that gave them the chunk of that 45 or 50 yards, whatever they gave up yesterday on the 4 penalties. They just did not commit enough errors yesterday or mistakes to bury themselves. They made mistakes like human beings would make because you're not going to be perfect. That's all. No big deal. Let's see. I just found out that Udonis Haslem owns a highlight team. Don't call it a comeback. Does he own the Canes team that plays, or the former Canes players that play for Miami Highlight? Is that the team he owns? Let's see. Karun says, Big O, I'll be in Vegas for the Finns game. Weren't you at a Finns bar? Yes. You could go see our boy Tommy Rockers. Tommy Rockers is right on the other side of the highway and the strip. So when you see the strip and then the buildings, and then there's, I think it's called Frank Sinatra Boulevard that runs in the perimeter of it. On the other side of the highway, that's where you'll find Tommy Rockers. Where the Rio is, you go over the bridge of the Rio and down, and you'll see Tommy Rockers there. And that's a Dolphins bar. Dolphins, and I think they also allow Raiders there too. I think. Yeah, Dolphins and Raiders. So that's what it is. Joel says, Big O, honestly, just play respectful football for the rest of the year and at least just beat Buffalo for the confidence of next year's coaching staff and players. Listen, it's what I said yesterday. The season hasn't turned around. We're not going to the playoffs. Don't start thinking stupid shit or anything like that, or they're going to win 10 in a row or anything like that. Just let's do this. Just play respectable football again on Thursday. And let the chips fall where they may. You lose a close, tough game, great. Don't lose the game that we just were talking about. The stupid penalties, the mistakes, the clueless coach on the sidelines, all the other crap that we've been dealing with. Don't lose like that. Okay? If you're going to go out and make an effort and all that, play this way. And if you lose like you played yesterday, we're fine. People can live with that. What we can't live with is when it looks like you don't even know what you're doing. And that's just crazy. I really just worry about the Tua haters, because those people must have had a terrible time yesterday. They're hurting in a big time way. Those people are hurting big. It's like they wanted him to fail again this week and play terrible. Antonio Ingram says, Big O, I believe you were spot on when you predicted the Dolphins defense would improve as the season progresses. Thank you, sir, for remembering. I was just talking about that earlier. I told everybody that the defense will get better, but it'll probably be too late because, the offense and everything else. So, yes. He did this last year. They gave him no pass rush, and he figured out how to coach it, which was freaking amazing. And so now he'll go again. Here's the funny part about some of you out there. You forget what Weaver did last year. And so the season starts rough, and there's a reason why. You don't practice. You don't hit enough in the offseason. So there's no way any team is prepared to play tackle football at the NFL level in week 1. So he doesn't know his players. He's got an entire secondary that is guys that aren't very good outside of Minka. He's got young defensive tackles that have to take over, and he's got to figure out who's who and all that stuff. He's got so much crap to figure out. And by the way, 2 of his 3 defensive ends are coming back from injuries. Okay? So those are unknowns. Good thing is, well, one got banged up, but Chubb has played terrific, overall. But all these things had to come into play, and nobody, the people that demanded like a defense to play well at the beginning, didn't take any of that into account. Also, you're not smart enough to know that your linebackers aren't great cover guys. So it's another adjustment that he has to make as a coach. So now you shit on him as a coach right away, and he's terrible. Oh, no, I don't want him as, when we talked about making the switch, making him the interim. Oh, no, his defense. Well, wait a minute. Why did you change your tune? Because last year he played well. He coached very well. He was a top 10 scoring defense. So now all of a sudden, if that defense does turn the corner, in the last couple of games, they were already showing it, by the way. This was the one that they put it all together, but they were actually showing it in the last couple of games in different instances. So what happens now if he runs the table again and the defense plays well in the second half like it did last year? What does it say about you? What does that say about you as a fan? Are you not patient enough? Are you not intelligent enough? Because, it's wrong. Like, the guy did a really good job last year. And all of a sudden, in the first couple of weeks, you just shit on the guy and he's useless. And by the way, all of you are like Homer in the bush now. It's not like you guys are going to come up and come clean and say, I was trashing him, but maybe they're, I jumped a gun. Most of you won't say that. So I get it. It's like the Tua haters. Now you'll be wishing that he screws up to kind of make your point work or something. I don't know what it is, but it's interesting how so many of you have short-term memory. And instead of saying, he did a hell of a job last year, yeah, he's struggling a little bit here to figure it out, but, give it some time, like yours truly. Okay? And maybe they have turned the corner. We'll see. Dude, to stop Bijan Robinson, everybody thought he was going to get 200 yards yesterday. Not 100. Not 1, but 200. Okay, that's all I heard all week long. Oh, Bijan's going to run all over him. I bet a bunch of you bet on Bijan running whatever, and you lost. That's props, dude. Props. Just like you're going up against the number 1 pass defense, and you lit them up. Props. That's pretty good stuff, what they did yesterday. We got it. Sometimes we've got to have more patience as fans, because a lot of you out there, Jonas Savaiinaia, no patience, you're looking stupid. If Grant turns a corner now like he is, you're looking stupid. And if Weaver, you're looking stupid. You got to have patience. It's not going to change overnight. It's not fair to these people. I understand you're frustrated, and so am I as a fan. We never get what we want in 40 years, but, we do have to be realistic about the position that they're in sometimes. What's the deal with Jackson and Daniels on the line? They're still a couple of weeks away, my brother. So hopefully in 2 or 3 weeks we get them back, and we'll see. Let's see if the line can actually start to build on what they did yesterday. That would be nice. My Pocket Potato says, Big O, I was one of the detractors in camp yesterday. It was like a funeral. Josh says, I was trashing Weaver. Hopefully he can blitz the F out of Jackson and make him throw the ball. First stop the run. Then you can go after Jackson. But you've got to stop the run. You've got to make him one-dimensional. That's when you get Lamar Jackson. Once you make him one-dimensional, it's over. But you've got to make him one-dimensional. You got to stop Derrick Henry, and you got to take a lead like they did yesterday. They took the lead, and then they took Bijan completely out of the game at that point. So that was cool. Big O, who do you send to the bench when Hero comes back, or Mitchell or Powell? Why do I have to worry about that now, dude? What happens if one of them is injured when Tyler comes back? That decision is made. What happens if one of them is struggling when he comes back a month or two from now, whenever he comes back? You know, that's a topic that you use for like a Heat eccentric site that's all they talk is Miami Heat. So they have no topics. So they have to kind of come up with stuff like that, hypothetical stuff like that. I don't do that here, bro. I talk about realistic shit that's actually going on. And right now there's no talk of that because Hero's not back. So when that happens, then we assess the situation at that moment. Not now. Now it's just mental masturbation, my friend. That's all it is. Ocala Joe says, my problem with this team is and has been McDummy, but yesterday was encouraging for one game. No, he was McSmart yesterday. He did very well yesterday. He did very well. I got to give him credit yesterday. That was fun to watch. The NFL yesterday, going around the NFL, the Jets ended up winning for you Dolphin people that, oh my God, I need my Dolphins to lose. Oh, they've got to lose. I need them to lose. I need a draft pick. The Jets are going to have the number one pick. Well, look, the Jets won, so you're only 2 games. You're only 1 game difference now. So, and they scored 39 points. How? I have no idea. And how did the Bengals lose that game, dude? They're down to 3-5. Luckily, that division is dog shit. So they're still alive. Pats rout the Browns as expected, 32-13. They're 6-2 now. May 282 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. The Eagles, they pound the Giants 38-20. Philly is 6-2. By the way, for you Dolphins out there, you remember that, right, Sean? The Dolphins. Oh man, we could be the Giants with all that excitement with Scatterboo and with Jackson Dart and all that. They're 2-6. I'm sorry, Sean. What's the Dolphins' record? Do you know what the Dolphins' record is? 2-6. Interesting. But the Giants are so exciting at 2-6. Sad news about Scatterboo. And again, sorry, but I told you so. And Jackson Dart ran 6 times for 17 yards and a touchdown. Jackson Dart will be behind him shortly. Okay? If he can't make a living from the pocket and he has to use his legs, his career will not last long and he will start suffering injuries too. Bills rout the Panthers 40-9. They're 5-2. Carolina drops to 4-4. They are 4-4. That is amazing. Ravens beat the Bears 30-16. So the Baltimore Ravens are 2-5 now. Chicago drops to 4-3. Bucks, Chicago's 4-3. And the Dolphins are 2-6. Just weird. Bucks over the Saints 23-3. Bucks are now 6-2. Saints are 1-7. Denver over Dallas 44-24. Bo Nix 4 touchdowns and an interception. Denver 6-2. Dallas 3-4-1. Colts over the Titans 38-14. They are now 7-1 in Indy. And poor Cam and the Titans are 1-7. You need help, man. Quarterbacks need help. Daniel Jones, 21 of 29, 272, and 3 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor, wasn't he going to get traded to the Dolphins? Isn't that what you people told me? Some writers, they were writing it that Jonathan Taylor could be traded to the Dolphins. What happened to that? Anyway, 12 for 153 and 2 touchdowns. Cam Ward, 22 of 38, 259, a touchdown, and an interception for the poor kid. Get him help. Green Bay over Pittsburgh. The Frauds lose. Pittsburgh drops to 4-3. Green Bay improves to 5-1-1. Love with 360 and 3 touchdowns. Rodgers, 219 and 2 touchdowns. Tucker Kraft, 7 receptions, 143 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Aaron Rodgers, is he just permanently mad? Is that his thing? Like, he's always pissed off, dude. He's always mad at something, screaming at something, pissed that somebody didn't catch the ball or run the right route, or that he overthrew something or underthrew it, or like or the call from the sideline. Like, there's always a tantrum from the guy. Really easy person to root against, Aaron Rodgers. Really easy. He's probably top 3 in my book in the NFL for rooting against is Aaron Rodgers. Gotta say. Let's see. Big O, you were right again, sir. Cam Scatterbo injured. Didn't know it was going to be so soon. It's just you play so hard and wicked like that. It's scary, man. It's scary. They all end that way. Unless you happen to be Derrick Henry, Jim Brown, Shaq, Will Chamberlain. Unless you happen to be one of those physical, just absolute freaks. The Lord makes a couple of those every once in a while, and it's just that guy that's made out of iron, and somehow it just powers through everything in life. There's a few of those. But outside of those, the rest of them, the Nigerian Nightmare, whoever it is, they all end up the same way as Cam Scatterbo. Same way. Can't play like that in this league. Can't play like that. Only us old folks know patience. The generation after us are used to instantaneous gratification. Yes, the microwave. You're right. You're right. You are correct, sir. Randy says, Rodgers is an all-time great talent, but terrible teammate, which is why he only won 1 Super Bowl compared to his counter, Brady, who won 7. Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, is there another QB that pouts and cries as much as Lamar Jackson? Does he? Wow, I never noticed that. Lamar is a whiner? Never noticed that. I can't say, wow, that's gone past, went over my head. I didn't see that. I've never noticed that. I'll look for it now. But no, I've never seen Lamar Jackson be a whiner. A choker in the playoffs, yes, but not a whiner. We'll see. I'll look for it now. All right. I say Josh Allen is quite. Yes, Josh definitely whines. Yes, that one I agree with. The Lamar one, I guess I haven't noticed, but I don't look at Lamar as a whiner like Josh Allen. Oh my God, that is a king size whiner, dude. Yes, yeah, that one is definitely. Aaron Rodgers is just a king size jerk. Ducky says Lamar doesn't really cry too much. Just when things break down against better teams, he always is seen slamming his helmet on the sidelines. Okay. I don't know. I got to look for that. I never looked at him that way, to be quite honest. If I did, then I would say it, but no, I never really noticed him that way. Don't forget Cash App or Venmo. anytime you're watching or listening to the show, you can send in your questions, comments, insults. I will answer them, of course, especially on Venmo. On Cash App, they don't give me the same kind of flexibility. But while we're on the show, you could definitely send in your questions, comments, and all kinds of stuff, and then I'll read it. Sometimes, actually, a lot of times, if I get it off show, the next day I will read what somebody says or a comment or something like that. So always Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo, and we always appreciate it, like we appreciate the big cheese, baby. So good. That's what you got to get for Thursday night. Get a party platter and call the fellas over or friends and serve them food and order it from the big cheese, man. That's what you do right there. I love it. All right, folks, we are out of here. We appreciate all of you out there. We thank the great Sean Stanley. Enjoy the win. Enjoy the many wins, because everybody won this weekend. That was actually a lot of fun. And it's always good to see the Dolphins play well. And we'll see what they do on Thursday. By the way, Sean and I will give you the pre- and post-game show on Thursday night also for the Dolphins and the Ravens. So, yay for us. 3 shows on Thursday. My voice will love that. Anyway, appreciate all of you out there. Please smash the hell out of the like button before you go. We will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O